In this video, I'm going to talk about using giveaways and contests to build your email list. And the basic idea is that you give away free stuff that attracts your readers to get them on your list, and then you can build a relationship. So it's kind of just another list building strategy that most people don't use, but I've started to see especially some indie authors use giveaways very well because there's some programs and software that make it really easy now. And I'll introduce you to what some of those are. I've done some testing, so I've learned a little bit about what kind of giveaways work. You can't do something that appeals to everybody. You can't say like a $100 Amazon gift card because that could appeal to all readers. And you really only want to attract the readers who are going to enjoy your book. So you want to be very specific about what you offer that appeals to your readers and not to everybody. And you also should consider your budget. It's fine. You can do a giveaway without a lot of money. You could give away a couple books. I mean, you could find used copies of books. You could give away a classic set. You could probably have something around your house that you love that your readers would like. It doesn't have to be a big deal, but you'll also, the more value you put into your giveaway, the more people will share it and promote it. But you want to kind of think about the return. So if you like I'm only starting out. I don't have any books yet, but I am planning to be a career author. I'm going to have 50 to 100 books out on Amazon in the next couple of years. So when I get to that point, having a list that's supportive will be very valuable because I'll be able to sell a lot of books. But if you aren't selling a lot of copies already, or maybe your books aren't professionally edited or they don't have nice covers on them, you aren't necessarily going to be able to translate signups for a giveaway into readers and fans. So you need to have a plan of how you're going to nurture that relationship and how you're going to build the trust and the likability that's going to turn them into fans. But that also depends on the books you're making and whether readers like them. You've got to make it really easy and tell people exactly what to do. I made this mistake with my last giveaway. I kind of tried to explain too much, like why I was running the giveaway. And instead, you want to make it super simple for them and not a lot of extra words or talking. And then you tell them what to do. You've got to make it really easy. So you say, click here to do this, and this is what is going to happen. This is a little different from normal giveaways. You might see giveaways on Goodreads, which are really popular. You can give away, whoops, let me go back. You can give away books on Goodreads. It's down here, I just can't see it. And to do that, you just set up a Goodreads account and you can set up a giveaway, and that's kind of automatic. You can say, I'm going to donate 5 copies of my book, and then readers will sign up and they'll get a copy. The thing is, that's not really list building. You should do it. It's good anyway to give away copies of your book. I will give away as many free copies of my book as I can because I want them to like my book and enjoy my book and sign up to my list so that they'll buy future books from me. If you don't have them signing up to your list, then every time someone reads your book, that's kind of a lost opportunity. They read it and then you don't turn them into fans. That's a problem either with the book itself or with your marketing funnel because you're not turning them into long-term readers. But so you can use Goodreads, you can use blog tours, like you can offer a free copy of your book to blogs in your genre and they might promote that. And you can do it for engagement. So you can say stuff like on Twitter or Facebook because you want to get a lot of engagement from Facebook. That's really the most important thing. So you can say, comment, give me your favorite passage from my book or your favorite passage from some other famous book, and I'll send you a copy of my book. You don't want it just to be about you, especially if you're starting out and you don't have a list or you don't have readers yet, or if this is your first book. Asking for people to give you feedback about your book or asking people to sign up for a free copy of your book isn't going to be very successful because they don't know who you are. They haven't read your books before. They're not sure that they want it. So it's much easier to give away best-selling books in your genre. And so that's what I'm going to do now is set up a giveaway, giving away some books. And so there's kind of two main giveaway things I would recommend. One is King Sumo, and the other one is Rafflecopter. Those are two good ones that you can use. They're not free. I think Rafflecopter has a free plan, so you can use it for free. King Sumo might, but might not. I'm pretty sure Rafflecopter has at least a free option, but you will get a lot more bang for your buck if you pay for it. And I'm not sure that they let you hook it up with your email provider unless you buy the paid option. So you want to look into that. Basically, the reason I like both of these is that they make it all automatic. And when people sign up, they get bonuses for sharing. So every time they share your contest and one of their friends signs up to your contest, they get an extra entry. So for most contests, people don't want to tell their friends about it because they want to win. Like they want to win the lottery and there's only so many prizes, so they don't want more entries. But with these, if they can get more people to sign up, they have more chances to win. So that encourages sharing, and that's why it's pretty valuable. I decided to go with King Sumo for a variety of reasons, but one of which is I just liked the look of it. It looked better on my blog. It just was more appealing, easier to set up, so that's why I went with it. I've installed it. It's a plugin, so I installed it in my WordPress here, and it looks like this. And I'm going to add a new giveaway, which is Young A Readers. I think I have to put the title here, so I'll say win 10 signed books. And I'm basically I went on to YALSA's website. I think it's YALSA. It's YALFest. YALFest is the big young adult conference in Charleston, and there's going to be like 60 young adult authors there. I wanted to go there, but I'm going to focus on writing this month instead. But I ordered 10 signed copies of books that are young adult and kind of related to my genre. Let me see if I can find them. So this is kind of what the picture looks like. These are the covers of the books that I'm giving away. These are all best-selling books, pretty famous books. I chose them kind of at random, but they're all not too far off from the books that I'm planning on reading. So the people who want to win these free books and who enjoy reading these free books might be good readers for my books. And because I'm giving away these books, if you're not a fan of these books, you're probably not going to be interested in this contest. Although some people will still sign up for free stuff because these books cost like $250 altogether. So just getting these 10 signed books, they could resell them on eBay and make some money. But we'll also talk about that with promotion. You don't want to promote it to everybody. You want to promote it just to readers so that you narrow down who's signing up. And you'll just put it in front of people who might like young adult literature. And so I made a really short little thing to put in the description. And I can style it a little bit. Oops. I think I'm still going. So I also added a $200 Amazon gift card. That may or may not be a good idea. You don't necessarily need it, and the danger is if it's just a gift card, it'll appeal to too broad of an audience, and you really want to keep it specific. But on the other hand, you want it to make it really valuable, and you want to make people excited about winning. So if you can add more fun stuff, and I didn't explain, the last time I did a contest, I explained kind of why I'm doing it and what's going to happen, like you'll get on the list and then you can win other things. I kept this one really simple. I just said, winning is easy, sign up and share it. That's basically all. You get an extra chance to win, so I just told them like how to play. And that's all. I can choose the starting date and the ending date. I'll probably run it this month. I'll see what happens. So I'll set it to the 30th and I'll start promoting in a week or two. You don't want to run too long. And actually like 1 or 2 weeks is probably ideal. Maybe I'll change this and start next week. And then it's going to pick the award Oh, that's kind of funny. I don't think I set this up right next time, but it's awarded, I'll say on the 29th. And it's kind of all automatic. Like you'll get emails that tell you what's going on when people are signing up. And when it's over, you can choose the winner. And it's kind of it's all automated. So I can choose the winner, but it just picks a random entry. So I don't have to really like draw out of a hat. That's kind of the same idea. It's completely random. You can edit the giveaway rules down here, which I might do later. It's pretty long. Or you could just leave it how it is. And then you add your prize information. So the prizes are 10 signed young adult books. And I can choose an image. And I forget the exact size that I want, but these are probably pretty close. And you can also add pictures into the description if you wanted. So like I might grab this header I made and put it in the description just because it's a little more visual. And that's going to take a little while. I would show you an example. I've seen several other authors do something like this where they'd give away like 5 best-selling books. It's kind of an easy way to build your list. How well it works depends on a lot of things. Like when you start promoting it, you'll be looking for young adult sites, like young adult book blogs or bloggers. Here's a young adult book blog directory. That's pretty useful. So here I could just scroll through all of these young adult book blogs and email all of them about my giveaway. That would take a long time, but if a third of them share it, I'd be reaching their readers, which would be really valuable. I might actually hire a virtual assistant to do that for me. That's the kind of thing I wouldn't want to do myself, but I'd be happy to pay somebody $20 or $30 an hour to just go through and do it all. But you could probably pay less. It probably costs $50, maybe $100 to get someone to email all those sites for you. But I'll probably do that because it's the kind of thing like if you're doing a contest, how much it works depends a lot on how much you promote it. And if you don't have a platform yet, you have to leverage other people's platforms. So that's one way. I'll also promote it on my sites and my blogs, and I may also advertise. I set these up. These are standard Google Ads ad box sizes because that lets me go into Google Ads and advertise using these images like this one. And so instead of finding all of those, where'd they go, all those young adult blogs, which I could do, and it's great if they share it for free because it's better if they share it on their social media and stuff. But most, or at least some of these blogs probably already have Google Ads built into their websites. So if I'm advertising on Google, my ad can show up on those blogs automatically. And anytime somebody searches for young adult or relevant keywords. And so on those blogs, I'll just click on one random one. On those blogs, you'll see advertising, and you can show up there automatically through Google Ads. So my advertisement might show up on like 1,000 different young adult blogs, which makes it very easy for people to find and to click on. But that's paid advertising. So you can email all these people for free and they might share it for free, but it will take you a long time. Paid advertising, I might try to spend a couple $100s on advertising, assuming that one click costs me, I'd have to check it out. Let's see. I got kind of distracted, but you have to research how much a click is going to cost you. I'm assuming that young adult fiction or something like that is not a very competitive keyword. And so I can find out how much it costs per click for certain keywords. And because I don't want all keywords, I only want very targeted keywords. So I wouldn't I wouldn't use keywords like Kindle or Amazon, but if I use something like young adult fantasy or young adult paranormal romance, that's a very specific keyword that certain people will find me that probably is not competitive. That's not showing up. I might make another video about this later. But my point is maybe it costs me 20 cents per click or something. So if I can get people to sign up to my contest, and that's only the first person for 20 cents per click, and they can recommend 5 of their friends, because it's harder to get started, but once you get started, the nature of these contests is that they're shareable, so they should kind of keep growing. But you've got to get maybe your first 1,000 signups through hard work by putting it in front of people, and that's going to take either a lot of time or some money to put it in front of people. I could also use Facebook advertising. I could also go onto all the Facebook young adult fan groups or pages and share the contest. That's something I'll probably do. You don't want to be spammy, so you want to be sensitive to posting on other people's Facebook walls or other groups' Facebook walls without permission. But you can usually email them or send them a private message and ask them to share, and that'd be fine. And you can even, you have a lot of success with Twitter as well, because most people don't use the private messaging of Twitter very well. So if I search for young adult readers, here's the young adult reader. And I see they actually don't have very many followers, which is funny. I want to find someone with more followers. So I could click on somebody who looks like they have a lot of followers, and I could ask them to share my contest. And I could just send them a direct message. So maybe if I thought this would be a good fit, I'd send them a message by tweeting to Raintown Press. Most people don't use these direct messages. Well, the people who use them are usually spamming. So they're using like an autoresponder that says, "Thanks for following me. Go check out my free stuff." Those don't work very well, but this is something in Portland I'd like to go to. But if you message people directly and it's a real message and you say, "Hey, could you share this free giveaway?" That could work. And you're not really asking for anything specific. If you're giving away something for free, like you're giving away a bunch of free books to young adult readers, people who have an audience of young adult readers are going to want to share that content because that's good content that their readers are going to like. So that's pretty easy for them to share. Seems like that didn't totally work. Hold on. So you're not really asking, like if you're asking them to share your book, that's a big ask and they might not do it. Or if you're asking them to review it or something that's about you, if you're asking for a favor, that's not a great way to start. So it's also just a really good way to start building a relationship with young adult blogs. If I go through and email all of these blogs with this contest that I'm running, that's free content they can share with their readers, and it might kind of put me on their radar. So if I keep doing cool stuff for young adult readers to build my blog platform, then they'll start knowing who I am. So when I finally send them, a book promotion or I want a review or something, it might be easier because it's not just a total stranger. They kind of know who I am already. Oops. Do you have all your tabs open like I do? I like to have all my tabs open all the time. I have to find that page again. Oh, here it is. So I set an image for this. The value is only 250. There's going to be one winner. Actually, the value is going to be 450 because I'm going to add that gift card. I'm going to round it up to 500 because I'm giving away Typewriter 2. Who is giving away this prize? Urban Epics. You could use your author name, which would be fine. It depends kind of what brand recognizability you're going for. So urban epics is kind of the imprint for my fiction. So that's kind of the branding I'm going after. I think it sounds a little more professional than using my name, Derek Murphy. People are more likely to enter. And then I can pick, whoops. I added that wrong. It's a question and they pick a wrong answer and then a right answer. So for young adult readers, I might want to ask something that young adult readers will know. What I used last time was Bella's boyfriend. The right answer is Edward. The wrong answer is Brad or Henry. Something kind of simple. You want to make it really easy. The other kind of nice thing about this is that young adult readers should all know this. They'd figure it out pretty fast. But if they just wanted the free stuff and they weren't young adult readers, then they wouldn't know this. But you don't want to make it too hard. You want it to be pretty simple so people actually enter. I can choose a logo. I'll probably use my logo for Urban Epics. Because that's kind of the branding I'm going for. There's kind of the thing, I'll talk a little bit about this later. You don't want to explain everything in the beginning before they signed up. I made that mistake last time. You want to get them to sign up for the contest, so just focus on the stuff they can win. But after they sign up, then you need to introduce who you are pretty quickly. And you can do that with your thank you email, or you can send out an email when the contest is over. I hope this will look okay, but I'm not sure. I can choose an image for the background. I used a really nice one, this one, before. It can be any background, but because I'm doing young adult readers are often into fantasy forests, so I just use this dramatic nature background, which looks cool. And then I can choose some special images that go on the side that are kind of just extra. That I think I can link to something, but I'm not sure. So I'm just adding a couple of images. They're nice images. I'll add one of a girl reading. This is part of why I like King Sumo, is it just looks a little nicer. And I can use a MailChimp setting. So you'll have to set up MailChimp or another email service, and then you'll have to set up a list. I've already set up these lists in my MailChimp, so that's why I can choose young adult readers. But if you haven't done that yet, you'll have to set that up first. And so ideally, this will already look pretty decent. So I'll save it. And then view giveaway. Oops. And it mostly looks okay. This logo I'm going to have to reverse so that it's white, so that it stands out. And then the giveaway hasn't started yet, which means you can't preview it yet. So I'll go back and change that so that you can see it. So I have to change this timing. And I can set that back later. You can change the timing whenever. I'll probably do this in November because there's a lot of young adult stuff going on in November. So when I share this, I can use some hashtags that are only being used this November, like NaNoWriMo, for example. November seems to be a pretty good time for writing and promotion. So if I reload, here's the stuff that I wrote down. It's pretty short. I probably want a little bit more. But mostly it's mostly all there. I'll fix this a little bit later. And this will be going this month, so you could check it out if you want. I'll probably email everybody and ask them to share it as well. I'm trying not to promote my fiction stuff to my list of authors who want to learn about marketing, um, but some of the stuff that I'm doing is pretty relevant to learn. And the goal of this, I mean, my first giveaway, I was looking for 1,000 young adult authors, and I got about 750. This one, it would be amazing to get 10,000 young adult readers to sign up. And that's a lot, but I think part of the problem with my young adult authors giveaway was that young adult authors aren't as tech savvy, so they're not quite as comfortable with this kind of giveaway stuff. I also tried a little bit hard, so my value was like $7,500. I give away a lot of free stuff and services to make it more valuable, but some people were skeptical because it was such like an overblown contest that people were like, is this for real? Or like, what's the catch? What's the downside? If I just have this contest with just win 10 books, that's not going to be as big of an issue. I think younger readers are going to be a lot more, they're going to care more about winning the free stuff, and they're going to promote a lot more to their friends by sharing it because they kind of understand how this stuff works. So that'll work out in my favor. And it mostly depends on how much I promote it. So by the end of the month, if I promote it hard enough, and I might spend quite a bit of money because part of it's not just about building a platform for my books. I'm also testing out how big I can go, because if I can get 10,000 young adult readers on my list before I publish any books, that's a story, that's an article that I can write, that's content that I can use to bring more visibility to myself. Even if I haven't sold any books yet, just building a list is something really, it's a useful lesson. So it's valuable content for other authors. And that's part of why, even if I spend $1,000 and build a list of 10,000 young adult readers, even if I don't make that money back in book sales right away, I can still get a lot more traffic or sell some of my other books or courses, or even building my platform so that long term, like if I write a really excellent blog post about this case study and I get 1,000 backlinks from other authors to my blog, that'll become long-term future traffic that's valuable. So that's the kind of thing you're thinking when you're doing stuff. It's not always about the immediate money making, although you do want to be careful not to just spend $1,000 on marketing if you don't have a way of earning the money back, or if you have no idea what you're gonna, like how many books you're gonna sell. And it's harder to do if you only have one book. So if you're doing all this stuff just to promote your one book, it's harder. But still, you could do a contest with 5 free books aimed at your audience and promote it really hard. Spend 5 hours emailing people, spend like a Saturday emailing everybody about your contest. You could still get several hundred people signing up to your list before you launch your book. And several hundred people on the list, that's already very powerful, because you can get those 100 people to buy your book for free or leave a review and boost your ranking up really fast, really high. So even if you only have one book that you're launching soon, you still want to get a couple hundred people on your list before you launch, because it'll make such a difference when you launch to get up to those #1 slots. Thanks if you watched this whole thing. I know it was long and rambling. It's at 30 minutes, so I'm going to stop. Thanks. Bye.